Hello, Zoe. How are you? You're doing really good. Okay. You tried to think of English things today. Good. Good. Did it help? Did it work? Was it difficult? Difficult, but I think it's helpful. Good. Yeah, it is difficult, especially in the beginning, right? I would say the first 3 months that you try to think in English are going to be difficult, especially the first month, because it's a scary thing to do. There are many things you don't know how to say, and you haven't learned or figured out a process yet. So once you figure out a process, then it will be easier. Okay? All right. So today, everybody, we're going to be talking about vocabulary. Okay? We're going to be doing advanced vocabulary words. We're going to continue with our list from Espresso English. Let's see. Where did we stop? I think we stopped right here. Yeah. I don't want your free book. No. Okay, there. Okay, good. So, are you guys ready to learn some advanced vocabulary? You need to get into the you do need to get into the habit of it, and habit has one B, Mr. Positive, HABIT, habit. But yes, it is important to make it habitual. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so today we're doing advanced vocabulary, everyone, and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to learn some new vocabulary words. Okay. So, this is a list of, let me show you the top of the list here, 100 GRE words. So the GRE, what is the GRE, everyone? The GRE is the test if you want to go to a master's program, right? If you want to get into a master's program in college, right? Graduate school, then these are the GRE words, all right? Now, these words are very similar to the words that are used on the TOEFL or the IELTS test, okay, for the advanced vocabulary words, all right? So they're good words, and we've already gone through a lot of these on a previous stream. So if you want to know about the previous words, the ones here, these first few, you have to go to my YouTube channel and watch the previous streams, okay? But today we're going to start with the word capricious. Capricious. This one right here, capricious, is an adjective. Capricious, whichever pronunciation you prefer, I think both are fine. Sometimes I say capricious, sometimes I say capricious. I don't think there's any appreciable difference. Okay, so what is the word capricious? What does capricious mean? What does capricious mean, everyone? He's a very capricious boy. The world is unpredictable. If that's what you mean by capricious, then kind of, yeah. Capricious means that you're moody. It's essentially a fancy word to say moody, right? So if your mood is constantly changing, right, for no good reason, then you are capricious. Okay? And actually, the word let me read one moment here. The word capricious is related to the word caprice. Caprice is a word, it's not a very common word, but it's a word that comes from the Latin word capriccio, which means a whim. A whim means you have a feeling that's just, it just comes to you. There's like a feeling. So on a whim, I decided to go get some ice cream. It means I had a sudden feeling that just made me do something. That's to have a whim, right? The word whimsical is related in that way too. But to do things by your whims means that you just you change your mind based on what you feel at that moment, right? That is also capriciousness. To be capricious, meaning that you're easily changed. Your mood is easily changed. Okay. To blow hot and cold. Yeah, moody. That's right. Right. So what does it say here? Given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood. Let me make it a little bit bigger for everybody. Wait a minute. Is that better? There we go. Given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behavior, right? And the sentence example here is, the weather in the mountains is often capricious, changing from sunny to stormy within minutes. Okay, so the weather is capricious, all right? It changes often depending on the mood of the wind, right? Okay? So that is the word capricious. Why don't you guys try to use the word capricious in a sentence, right? It's an adjective, so use the word capricious in a sentence, and I will correct it or tell you if you did it right or wrong. The capricious young boy couldn't decide which ice cream to buy. Don't be so capricious. Okay, that's a simple sentence, but it's a good one. Yeah. Ambivalent is a little bit different. Peter, ambivalent means you don't care one way or the other. That's different than capricious. Okay? Ambivalent people can sometimes be capricious because they don't really care. So they're easily changed. Okay? But it's not exactly the same. Okay? I don't like the fact that I'm capricious. Okay, good, Karen. That's a good one. Yeah? Anyone else want to try to use capricious? Go ahead and type your sentence, and I will correct it for you. Capricious. Anyone? Let's see. I can't expect my friend's reaction because she's capricious. So, Ruwan, you could say, I was surprised. No, you could say, I never know what to expect from my friend because she's capricious. I never know what to expect. I never know what to expect from my friend. Okay? And being capricious means you'll be in trouble all the time. Possibly. Yeah, possibly. That guy is very capricious. Sure, my boss is capricious when we have difficult issues. Yeah, that can be a good one. That's a good one. Okay, very good. All right, so that's capricious. The world economy is capricious. Yeah, I think that's probably hard to argue otherwise. Let's go to the next word, catalyst. A catalyst, everyone. What is a catalyst? What is a catalyst? Let's see. Acceleration occurs? Not exactly. A booster? You're getting closer. You're getting closer. What is a catalyst? Yeah, booster is not a terrible way to describe it. Yeah, it's something that encourages some kind of change or action. Okay? So something that encourages change or action is a catalyst. All right? And the word catalyst, it's actually from a Greek word that means to dissolve something. It comes from the word katalysis, which is a word that means to dissolve something. So kata means completely or down, to break down, and lion means loosen. So in this case, it means a catalyst is something that causes something to change, right? In this case, it used to be a military thing, like the order of the general to dissolve the army is a catalyst, okay? It's similar to a motive, right? So the new policy acted as a catalyst for much needed reform in the organization, right? So they needed reform and they had a new policy, and this new policy encouraged everyone to make changes. So it was a catalyst, okay? Go ahead and use catalyst in a sentence if you can, and I will correct you. Try to use catalyst in a sentence, everyone. Come on. Anyone? No one can use catalyst? Let me give you some example sentences of catalyst, okay? The new boss has proven to be a catalyst for him to step up and get out of his comfort zone. So they have a new boss, and now the new boss came in, and something he did caused this worker to come out of his comfort zone and act in a new way. The new boss was a catalyst for his behavior, okay? The new boss was a catalyst for his behavior. Let's see. Jazz music became a catalyst for the formation of R&B music and modern hip hop. So it was something that encouraged significant change in the music industry. Okay? So that's a catalyst. Okay? His speech was a catalyst to encourage me to move forward. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you could say his speech was a catalyst that encouraged me to move forward. Okay? We use a catalyst to do chemical reactions sometimes. That's correct. My desire to be the major in my faculty, you could say, Karen, you could say, my desire to be a major in my faculty was a catalyst for me trying harder, or was a catalyst for me working longer nights, right? It means that it encouraged you. Something about your desire was what encouraged you to work harder. Okay, it was a catalyst. Our body uses catalyst to digest food for normal. Okay, Gloria, you could say, yes, Gloria. That way of using it is the scientific version of the word, which in that case does mean to dissolve, right? But that's not a common way to use it in common language, right, outside of science. So try to think of the catalyst as, think about it like it's a boss or a parent, right? When a kid's not behaving, if a kid is not behaving, then the parent can be a catalyst for change. A teacher can be a catalyst for change, right? This teacher was a catalyst for the boy becoming different, right? He was a catalyst. He encouraged the boy to act in a different way, all right? Yeah, but like I said, everybody, catalyst has two meanings. One is a scientific meaning and one is a common meaning, okay? Which is based on a figurative version of the chemical reason or chemical meaning. Okay? My experience from being here can be a catalyst for the newbies to use this application the proper way. Okay, good. Yeah, that works. Yeah. The new marketing strategy acted as a catalyst for the company's rapid growth this year. Very good, Roxana. Climate change is acting as a catalyst in destroying a sustainable environment. I don't think I would use it quite that way, Noor, but you could say that the changing temperatures was a catalyst for people actually taking climate change seriously, right? So many people didn't think climate change was very serious, but now sometimes we have serious weather, and the serious weather is a catalyst. It's making people believe, oh yeah, this is really happening, right? For change, okay? My class is a catalyst for you learning English. You could say I'm a catalyst. You could say my classes or my teaching are a catalyst to encourage you, or they were the catalyst that encouraged you to try to learn English more seriously. Okay, that works. The stuff became a catalyst for the complaint. I'm not sure about that one, May. I'm not sure about that one. Jamshid says this, their prolonged, absurd discussion was the unfortunate catalyst that led to their official separation. That's a good one. A new development project is going to be a catalyst for society to be more innovative in their business. That's a good one. Scientists... research are catalyst. Yes, so you could say the research of scientists or the research that scientists do are a catalyst to improve our health or healthy lifestyle. Okay? A new development, yeah, that's correct. Good. All right, good. So we did catalyst. Good job. Now let's do clinch. Clinch is the next one. To clinch is a verb. Clinch actually has a couple of meanings. Let me check something here. The act of clinching. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So to clinch something means to confirm or settle something definitively, right? Definitively. And so there's a term, this is a term that actually comes from the literal meaning. Let me find a good picture here. Ah, right. Okay. So What does clinch mean? It means to confirm or settle something definitively. All right. And this word, it comes from construction. Construction. Okay. In construction, when the workers are building something and they use a hammer and nails, after they pound the nail into the wood, the nail is all the way down in the wood. And sometimes the nail comes through the wood to the other side, right? So there's a nail point sticking out. So they will go and bang the nail point down to be like this. Let me show you. Like this. Let me find the nails like this. Okay, so to clinch the nails means to make the nails like, where's the picture? Like this. Do you see how they pounded the nails down? Right? These are clinched. So let me ask you a question. Once you do this, can you pull the nails out easily once you do that? Once you do this, can you pull the nails out easily? No, that's right. So it's settled. It's done. It's finished. It can't be fixed. Right? It can't be changed. Right, exactly. So that's what the word clinch means. The word clinch, where did it go? There it is. To clinch. Sorry, let me share again. To clinch something means to settle or confirm something definitively. We clinched the win, right? So, for example, if you're watching a soccer game, right, a football game, and it's France versus Italy, right? I don't know. I don't know anything about soccer. So it's France versus Italy, and Italy is ahead by 5 points. Italy is ahead by 5 goals. Is it easy for the France to come back from that? Do you think France can win? If they have a 6th goal or they have a 7th goal, once they have a certain number of points, they've clinched it. They've clinched it. That means that it's impossible for somebody else to win at that point. It's settled. It's settled, right? 7-0 is clinched. That means you can't possibly win. It's settled. It's done. It's definitive. Okay? So this word comes from hammers and nails, right? So they clinched the win means it was settled, right? The final goal of the game helped clinch the championship for the team, right? That's this sentence right here. The final goal of the game helped clinch the championship for the team, right? So it means that you did something definitively, right? It was an action that made it like undeniable that you are the winner or you are correct, okay, in some way. Usually it's used when we're talking about winning something, okay, to clinch the victory, okay, something like that. Let's look at some example sentences, some more example sentences. You guys can try to use that one as well. Go ahead and write some example sentences with clinch for me. To clinch the business deal. To clinch the business deal. So, Thomas, you could say, maybe you could say, we finally clinched the deal on our expensive house, which means you finally settled the deal. You did something that settled it definitively, okay? She was determined to clinch a spot on the team by showcasing her skills during tryouts. Yeah, so that means she was determined to show without a doubt that she deserves to be on that team. right? She's going to do something that will make everybody go, oh, wow. Okay, she clinched her spot. That's definite. She's on the team. Okay? Her shout clinched me. Maybe, Maria, but you'd have to give me a situation to explain how that works. What did her shout do that convinced you or settled something definitively? My nephew clinched to the bed. No, Karen, you could say, yeah, no, you can't use it like that, Karen. But maybe if your son is sick and he has a cold, but then you check on him in the morning and now he has a fever too. He has a fever. So if he has a fever, you could say, well, that clinches it. He's not going to school. Right? So maybe you were thinking about sending him to school because he had a cold, but it's not that bad. But now in the morning, he has a fever. So you were undecided about it before, but now he has a fever. So you say, oh, no, that clinches it. He's not going to school. Okay, that clinches it. That's a good little way that we say it. That clinches it. That clinches it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so if something happens and you say, oh, well, okay, well, now that happened, a decision is made, you can say that clinches it. That clinches it. Okay? After hard working, our team fixed this problem. Lynn, you could say, after working hard, our team was able to find a solution that clinched the problem. Okay? That clinched the problem. Thomas, you could say, when she got pregnant, that clinched it. They must get married. They had to get married. When she got pregnant, that clinched it. Now, he's got to get married. Do you understand? She got pregnant, so now that clinched it. That clinched it. Now they have to get married, okay? After preparing for the exam for a long time, he clinched. Mandy, you could say, let me think of a good way to use that one. So, guys, here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about you have a decision to make. There are two possibilities, but then something happens. And that thing that happens makes it clear which decision you must make. Okay? And yes, Walter, the word clinch actually comes from boxing. It's a boxing term, Walter. So if you know the word from boxing, then yeah, it comes from that, right? It's related to that. So the word clinch, everybody, listen to me. You have two choices, and you're not sure which one to choose. You're not sure which way it's going to go. But then something happens, right? So imagine, let's think about boxing. Let's think about a boxing fight. And both people, both fighters, they're doing well. But one fighter, he gets injured, and his right hand is not working well now. He hurt his wrist, so now he can't punch very well with his right hand. So maybe they will say, oh, well, he injured his right hand. That clinched it. Now he's going to lose. That clinches it. He's not going to win. So something happened. You have two possibilities. And then something happened that makes it clear which one will be the outcome. Okay, that's when you use the word clinch. All right, that clinched it. Now this is going to happen. Okay, so try using it this way. Try using that simple sentence that say that clinches it. Blah, 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 blah. So this could happen or this could happen. But then this happened. So that clinches it. Okay? His strong argument helped him clinch the debate. Yeah, that one works. Her thesis got clinched before the deadline and titled as the Best Thesis Award. Not exactly, Noor. Again, Noor, if you're talking about a thesis, then you need to say, well, there was this, maybe a teacher is looking at two thesis, statements. One from this student, from you, Noor, and one from another student, from Walter, okay? And the teacher is not sure which thesis that which one is better, which one they should choose. They have to choose one, okay? But Noor, your thesis had the most perfect example in it, but Walter's thesis did not. So when you get to that example and you read that example and you say, oh, okay, well, that clinches it. That clinches it. Noor's thesis is the better thesis. Okay? So think about two possibilities. This could happen or that could happen. But then something else happens that makes it clear what you're going to do. So, for example, you have two choices of what to do this weekend. You could go to the park and have a picnic, or you could go to the movies and watch the new movie. But now it starts raining. It suddenly started raining. So now you could say, oh, well, that clinches it. I guess we're going to the movies. Understand? Can you guys understand? You have two choices. You could go to the park or you could go to the movies on Saturday. But now it's going to rain. It started to rain. So now that clinches it. Now we have a decision made. It's confirmed. We're going to go to the movies because it's raining. Okay? That's how to use the word clinch. All right, let's move on to the next word, coerce. To coerce someone. That's right, you only have one choice now. Once it's confirmed, something looks like, oh, now this is obviously the only thing that we can choose is this one. That clinches it. That clinches it, okay? All right, to coerce, everyone. To coerce, what does coerce mean? What does coerce mean? To coerce, it says to push or force. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. To force. Okay, be careful, Richard. That's getting into political talk, but you're not incorrect. But that's kind of how politics is all over the world, right? Every country is trying to coerce the other country into doing what they want them to do, right? That is right. We're trying to persuade someone to do something that they are unwilling to do by force or threats, right? Coercion, right? So where does this word come from? Let's see. So the word C-O, the letters co, that means together. So the C-O in coerce means together. And the E-R-C-E, it comes from the word that means to hold or guard or contain or confine something. So to coerce someone means to try to get their behavior to be within your what you want them to do, right? So this is what you're containing. So you're trying to hold them into what you want them to do. You're coercing them into what you want them to do, okay? So the suspect was coerced into a confession or into confessing after hours of intense interrogation, okay? Hello, Gabriella. welcome. Yes, today is advanced vocabulary. We're teaching advanced vocabulary. So today might be a little bit difficult for you. But follow me because I have many streams that are for beginners or intermediate level too, okay? But today we're talking about the word coerce right now. Let's see. I don't know whether I should take an umbrella or not. Then it rains, so that clinches it. I'm going to take one. That's right, Olivia. Right. Yeah, you can't coerce someone into loving you. Right, Walter, although many people try. I coerced myself into studying English. Maybe, yeah, but usually when you are coerced, it's not from yourself. It's from some outside force, right? Something outside is pressuring you to do what you don't want. So you can't really use I coerced myself because coerce means doing something that you don't want to do, right? So how can you force yourself? I think people will understand you, but I don't know if it's a great way to use the word. Let's see. I just need to coerce my little sister to go to school before she gets late. Okay, maybe, Charles, you could say, I coerced my sister into going to school before she was late because I didn't want her to get in trouble, right? Or because I didn't want our mom to get mad at her. So I coerced her, right? So maybe you could tell her, you know, hey, you wanted me to take you to the candy store after school tomorrow, right? Well, if you don't go to school right now, then I'm not taking you to the candy store. That's coercion. That's coercion, okay? If you don't do this, then I'm not going to do this. Or if you don't do this, then I'm going to do this, okay? To coerce. Am I available on YouTube? I am available on YouTube. But let me take just 1 minute to show you where I am available. If you go to my website, AFIEC English, right here. This is my website, everyone. Go to my website. This is where I have my private lessons. If you want private lessons from me, right here, book online. You can also see my live streaming and voice room schedule, right? So if you want to know when am I online, look right there, Advanced Vocabulary with Teacher Mark. That's what we're doing right now. And later tonight, I have this one, Describe It Without Saying Anything, right? And here is the AFIEC English, What Would You Say? And idiomatic, lots of different streams I do here. The days and times are here. And then also over here, resources. Look, Teacher Mark's top English resources. So if you want to study vocabulary, then go down here to vocabulary and click vocabulary. And now look, here is thesaurus.com. That's a great website for practicing and learning vocabulary. Etym Online, that's a good website for vocabulary. Wyzand Etymology, that's a good vocabulary site. So there are many, many sites here for vocabulary, okay? Like this one, vocabulary instruction. So here's core vocabulary. Here's the 4,000 most frequently used words, okay? Or academic vocabulary, literary vocabulary, content area vocabulary. What do we have back here? Core vocabulary, all right? Or you go back to my site and you can click on this one, LandGeek. Topical, animals, appearance, color, shapes, body, clothes, fashion, linguistics, arts and crafts, cinema, theater, literature, food and drinks. Look at that, okay? So if you want to study, then go to my website and click on resources, and then you can find everything you need for reading, writing, listening, speaking, IELTS and TOEFL, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Okay? And yes, you can see me on live on YouTube also. There is my YouTube right there. Let me check on my YouTube people. Hello, Diego, over in YouTube. My YouTube people, hello. So there's my YouTube, and here is my website. So if you want to study more, then go to my website and you'll find everything you need right there. Okay? All right, let's go back to our list. So we were talking about coercion, right? I think we've gotten that one down now, right? Olia says, Teacher Mark's sessions clinched that I'm on the right way. Yeah, you could say maybe... maybe you could say, I didn't know if Teacher Mark's system works or not, but then I tried it and it worked really well. So that clinched it for me. Something like that. Okay? Let me just scroll back and make sure. My parents coerced me to get married in my early 20s. Ouch. That works, but ouch. Yeah, right. Yeah, you shouldn't use the word coerce when you're talking about yourself. That's kind of awkward to talk about coercing yourself. Usually you coerce someone else or you are being coerced by someone else. Okay? Okay, good. Good. All right, let's go to the next word. I like the next word. The next word is cognizant. Cognizant. What does cognizant mean, everyone? To be cognizant. To have cognizance. Hello, Mona. Hello, Bhutan. And Nisho, hello. What does cognizant mean? It means to be aware or have knowledge of something. Okay? So it means to know. It means to know something. That's all. It's a very fancy way of saying you know something. So if I say, did you know about the rules? I could say, were you aware of the, or I should say, were you cognizant of the rules? Were you cognizant of the rules? Did you know about the rules? That's the same. Okay? To be cognizant means to be aware, to know about something. That's it, right? Were you cognizant of the law? Were you cognizant of the rules? Okay? Did you know about it? Were you aware of it? Okay? So here, she was cognizant of the risks involved in the investment, but decided to proceed anyway. So she knew about the risks. That's all. It just means to know about. It's a formal way to say you know and you are aware of something, okay? I was cognizant of my friend's actions, but still I stayed quiet. Yeah, that's good, Fabi. Very good. What does AFIEC mean? Richard, it means a friend in every corner. A friend in every corner. That's AFIEC, okay? Let's see. Go ahead and keep trying to use the word here, everyone. Give me some more sample sentences. Cognizant. Where is the word cognizant commonly used? Charles, you can use the word cognizant anytime that you're talking about being aware of something or knowing about something, but it's a formal word. So this is a word that I use when it's a formal situation, right? So for example, if I have a student in my classroom and they keep breaking the rules, maybe they're cheating on their test every time, right? And so I have to bring them in with their mom and dad to talk to them about it. And I said, you know, you got caught cheating again. And I have to say, were you cognizant of the rules? Did you know about the rules about cheating? Okay. Or I could say you were cognizant of the rules. You know you're not allowed to cheat. You were aware and you know. So, but in this situation, because I'm the teacher and they're the student, it's a formal situation. I'm an authority. So usually this is a word we're talking about, often is used when we're talking about someone who's in a position of authority, or it's when we're talking about something serious. Like in this sentence here, she was cognizant of the risks involved in the investment, but decided to proceed anyway, right? So in this case, she's talking about a financial investment, and it's serious, right? So she was cognizant, right? But later, someone, her friend might just say, yeah, you knew. What were you thinking? You knew better. You should have known. You were cognizant, okay? I have decided to live abroad, and I'm cognizant of my decision. You could say, I have decided to live abroad, and my family is cognizant of my decision. They are aware, and they have knowledge that I have decided to live abroad, okay? But if you say, I am cognizant that I decided, that's weird because there has to be someone else involved to have knowledge about something, right? I have decided, I'm cognizant of my decision. I'm aware of my decision. That's a weird way to talk about it. Why do we talk about being aware of my decisions, right? Linda, you could say, technology. I'm cognizant of the importance of technology in my job. I'm cognizant of the importance of technology at my work. Okay? I'm aware of the importance. Okay? I have knowledge of it. As a mother, I'm always cognizant of my son's needs and emotions. Good. You're aware of them. You have knowledge of them. Okay? You're cognizant. Okay? I refused their offer because I was cognizant of what will happen. Maybe, Ruan, you could say, I refused their offer because I was cognizant of their previous bad behavior. Now, because you have knowledge, you're aware of their previous bad behavior, so you refuse their offer. Okay? He is cognizant of the best methods to learn easily. Yeah, sure, that works. Yeah, it's simple. Coerced is a forced decision. That's correct. Yeah. I try to be cognizant in my life. You'd have to say what you're cognizant about. I try to be cognizant about, let me think. I try to be cognizant of making good decisions in my life, or I try to be cognizant of in my life. Rin, you have to be cognizant of something, okay? So, guys, when you use the word cognizant, look how this sentence is used. She was cognizant of the risks. So you have to have an of. There has to be an I'm cognizant about something, of something, all right? So if you don't have an about or an of, then it doesn't work, okay? I'm cognizant of her attitude. That's why I don't trust her. Okay, that works because you're aware of her attitude. That's right. Good. The adjective describes the noun. That's correct. Yeah. Before you play the game, you should be cognizant of the rules. Yeah, that works. The only reason why I would say no on that one, Melissa, is only because a game is usually a simple activity, so it's common. And cognizant is a more formal word. So you can use it there. But usually we use the word cognizant when we're talking about maybe laws, right? Something serious, like if you broke the law, you have to be cognizant of the laws, right? To be cognizant of the rules, you can use it for a game, but it might seem a little weird. You could also say you should know the rules, right? And for a common activity like playing a board game, I would probably use a common word. Okay? You need to be cognizant of the risks before you quit your job. That's good. Yes. RSK is cognizant of the publishing industry. So you have to be cognizant of something more than that. You have to be, what about the publishing industry? What about them, RSK? You're cognizant of their good behavior. You're cognizant of their bad behavior. You're cognizant of the risky behavior. You have to be cognizant of something they do. You can't just say cognizant, I'm aware of the... No, that doesn't work. I was cognizant that it could lead to a disaster, but now it clinched it. Yes, that works, but now you'd have to tell what clinched it. You have to explain what happened that clinched it for you to know that it could be a disaster. Were you cognizant of the rules? Yes. We should be cognizant of this problem because it will have an effect on us. Good. Yes. That's right. That's right. And this word comes from, Latin. The word cognoscere, which co means together and nocere means to know. So the original meaning of cognizance means together we know, right? Together we are aware of something. Okay, cognizant. I'm cognizant of our problems. Okay, simple but right. I'm cognizant of this job. No, Mr. Sunshine, you have to say something about the job. I'm cognizant of the risks of this job. I'm cognizant of the low pay of this job. I'm cognizant of the bad behaviors from the bosses on this job. Right? So you have to be cognizant about something, right? An action, not just the thing, but the action of the thing. The doctor was cognizant of the difficulty of the procedure, but he went ahead with surgery. Yeah. I would love to be more cognizant in my life. Too general, Rin. You need to say you're cognizant about something. I'd love to be more cognizant about risks in my life. I'd love to be more cognizant about learning techniques. I'd love to be more cognizant about financial scams, to have more knowledge about them, right? If you are not cognizant of people, don't judge them easily. Maybe, Tina, maybe. I think you could do that, Tina, but maybe I would add just a couple of words. I would say if you are not cognizant of the behavior of those people, don't judge them easily. I don't want to just say I'm cognizant of people. That just means I'm aware of people. You have to say about their behavior, right? The things they do, okay? I'm cognizant about quitting my job. Nope. Can't use it that way, Hadir. You have to say, I'm cognizant about the risks of quitting my job. If I quit my job, then this could happen, and this could happen, and this could happen. I'm cognizant about the benefits of quitting my job. So you could also say I'm aware of the possible benefits of quitting my job. Okay? Mona, you could use of or about for cognizant. I'm cognizant about something. I'm cognizant of something. Both are fine. Okay? Yeah, again, Rin, I think you're using it too simply. You need to say more. I'm cognizant about my decisions, So, here's your problem, Rin. You're saying I'm cognizant about a thing, but you can't just say I'm cognizant about a thing. You have to say I'm cognizant about the way that thing is, meaning what it does or how it acts. Okay, so you can't just say I'm cognizant about my decisions. That doesn't sound right. I'm aware of my decisions. I know about my decisions? No. I'm cognizant about the risks of my decisions. I'm cognizant about the benefits of my decisions. That's different. So you have to have a noun that you also have an action with that noun. Okay? Hello, Cindy. Hello, jury. We're talking about advanced vocabulary today. You have to be cognizant in your life. Again, Charles, same thing. You have to be cognizant of something in your life. If you just say you have to be cognizant in your life, that works, but it's just very weird because you're just saying you have to be aware. Aware of what? Charles, you have to be aware of what? So how would you use the word aware, everybody? How would you use the word aware? If I just switch the word aware, you have to be aware in your life? Yeah, you do, but wouldn't it make more sense if you told people what you have to be aware of? You have to be aware of dangerous animals. You have to be aware of drunk drivers. You have to be aware of crossing the street. It's the same. When you use the word cognizant, you have to have something that you are aware of or about. Okay? My husband is cognizant of the rules of the play. That works. Okay? When investing money in any company, you should be cognizant of their behavior. You should be cognizant of their reputation. You should be cognizant of their past transactions. Right? So, again, cognizant of not them, cognizant of something they do. Okay? I'm fully cognizant of the situation that's happening now. Yes, because you said I'm cognizant of the situation. That works. No, cognizant means to be aware of and have knowledge of. It means just like the word I'm aware. Okay? But again, guys, you have to be aware of something. You have to be cognizant of something. I'm cognizant of immigration consequences. That works. My manager is cognizant of the workers who are not working well. That is okay. Yeah, I'm cognizant of the situation that my country is experiencing. Yes. So the structure is verb, to be, and cognizant. I'm cognizant. So in this case, no, May, because cognizant is an adjective in this, right? So when we say, that's why you have to say I'm cognizant of, right? So when you use it in this way, you're describing how you're aware. Okay? So I am, right? The verb I am, we are, right? That's the to be that you're talking about, plus cognizant. But then, May, you also need the of or about structure. I'm cognizant of blah, blah, blah. I'm cognizant about blah, blah, blah. Okay? So the more important structure is not the I am or the be part. It's the part of or about. That's more important. He was cognizant of the big responsibilities of being a father. Yes, that's correct. Hello, everyone. I would like to be more cognizant of my abilities in English. Is that correct? Yeah, that one works. You're talking about being cognizant of your abilities, to be more aware or have knowledge of your abilities. That's okay. Yeah, that means like to get in touch, to know better about what you can and can't do, Angela. That works. Okay? If you're not cognizant of the behavior of people, don't judge them easily. That works, Tina. I was cognizant of about the project we started 2 weeks ago. May, that works, but I feel like that's like half a sentence. I feel like you should finish it by saying, I was cognizant of the project we started 2 weeks ago, but I didn't know how poorly it was being run or how poorly it was being executed, right? Like, I feel like you're starting a sentence that's going to say, I knew about it, but blah, 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 okay? If you just say, I was cognizant about the project we started 2 weeks ago, that works also. I just feel like there's a story there. Like, you need to tell me, why are you telling me this? Okay? I was cognizant of losing my house. You could say I was cognizant of the risks of losing my house. She was not cognizant of the changes in the schedule. That works. Of the changes in the schedule, right? So the schedule is an object that has an action. The changes in the schedule. So that's what I'm saying, Charles. You have to be aware of something that happens to something, right? So like I said, you have to be aware when you cross the street, right? You have to be aware of the traffic, right? You have to be aware of things. You have to be cognizant of something, right? Is it correct to say I'm cognizant of the results? Mona, yes. But again, when you use it in a simple way like that, I feel like there's more to be said. I was cognizant of the results, but I did this anyway, right? When you just say I was cognizant of the results, it makes sense, but I just feel like, why didn't you just say, I knew the results, right? So when you use an advanced word like cognizant, it implies there's a formality. So now I want to know, what's the formality? Why are you using this word? What's the situation? Okay? I was cognizant of losing too much hair. Yeah. So your hair is being lost. So there's an action, there's a thing and an action that's happening, and you're aware of it, right? Hello, Sarah. I would like to be cognizant of my English skills. You could say, I would like to be more cognizant of my strengths and weaknesses in English. Okay? That would be better. To say something, you're aware of your strengths and you're aware of your weaknesses. Okay? When you just say I'm confident, or I'm cognizant of my English skills, what about them? What about them? So you have to have, the skill is the English skill, that's the noun. But now you have to have something about it, okay? An action about it, or a description about it. Hello to the new people. I'm cognizant about the project I prepared yesterday. No. Again, guys, listen. You have to be aware of something and how it is acting, right? So, she is cognizant about what he was trying to do to her daughter. So there's the daughter and what someone's trying to do, and they are not aware of it. If you just said, I'm cognizant about her daughter, that's weird. What about her daughter? Okay, there has to be an about, right? So I'm cognizant about something about the project. I'm cognizant about the risks of the project, the financial risks of the project, the physical risks of the project. I'm cognizant about the benefits of the project. Okay, so you have to be cognizant about something about something. All right. Are aware and cognizant synonyms? Are they interchangeable? In most cases, yes, Sophie. In most cases, I would say they are interchangeable. I was aware of the risks. I was cognizant of the risks. Okay, here, let me do this for you. I'm aware of the fact that we've run out of milk. Okay, so that's a good sentence. I'm aware of the fact that we've run out of milk. Now, I can use the word cognizant. I'm cognizant of the fact that we've run out of milk. Why is that weird, though? If I say I'm cognizant about running out of milk, why is that weird? Tell me why. Anyone? Tell me why it's weird to use the word cognizant when we're talking about running out of milk. Right, because running out of milk is a common problem. It's a common thing. It's not a formal thing, right? It's so cognizant is a formal word. It's weird to say it that way, right? Let's see. I became aware of his plans. Okay, you could say I became aware of his plans. Or you could say I became cognizant of his plans. Now, both are exactly the same. I became aware of his plans. I became cognizant of his plans. The only difference is the formality, right? So if I'm talking to some friends in a bar, I can say I was aware of his plans. But if I'm in court and a judge is asking me a question or a lawyer is asking me a question, maybe I will use the word cognizant instead. I was cognizant of his plans. Okay? Let's see. I could also say we are aware of the problem. Okay? Or I could say we are cognizant of the problem. But they're just the same thing in different formality. Right? So if I'm working in a government job or something and I need to explain something to a government panel, then I will use the word cognizant. But if I'm talking to, maybe my friends about a small problem with, our plans for the weekend, I won't use cognizant, I'll use aware. Okay? You don't understand the last thing. To be cognizant means to know about something, but it means you know about something, the action of something, the behavior of something. You have knowledge about the way that thing acts. Okay? So, you are cognizant of the behavior of blah, blah, blah. You are cognizant of the risks. You are cognizant of the blah, 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 right? It means aware. That's right. Okay? Yes. Okay? I'm cognizant about my life to have a good time. You could say, I'm cognizant about trying to... I'm cognizant in my life about trying to have a good time. I'm cognizant in my life about trying to have a good time. Okay, that might work. All right? Okay, we're going to do one more, everybody. One more. Condone. The last word, condone. To condone. To condone. To condone means to accept or allow behavior that is considered morally wrong or offensive. I don't know if I completely agree with that definition, though. Let me look at another definition. I think that might be better. Yeah. So the meaning, this says to accept or allow behavior that is considered morally wrong or offensive. But I think that the second part of the sentence, I think that's in parentheses. So to condone behavior doesn't always necessarily mean it was morally wrong or offensive. It means it was accepted. It was, someone said it's okay. I condone it. I condoned what they were doing. Right? I condoned their actions. So in most cases, it is usually someone is saying that their behavior is okay even when it's not, right? It's morally wrong. It's bad behavior, but someone said it was okay. They condoned it, all right? But occasionally, this is also just used to say, well, who told him it was okay? Who told him it was okay to do this? And maybe I'll say, well, I said it was okay. I condoned it. Okay, I condoned it, meaning I told you it was all right. And the word condone comes from the word con, C-O-N, is intensive. It means more of something. And donare means to give. So the original meaning of condone actually means to forgive or pardon someone. Okay, that's the original meaning. But now it means more like to permit. To permit. Okay, so in most cases, when you permit something, maybe you're permitting something that's acceptable or not, right? That's what I mean by sometimes it's considered morally wrong or offensive, and sometimes it's just, we're not talking about behavior that's morally wrong. It's just someone thought you shouldn't do it, right? So, for example, I'm a teacher. I have a classroom, and my students want to draw on the whiteboard. My students want to draw pictures on the whiteboard. It's the end of class. There's 5 minutes left. They finished all their work, and I told them, they asked me, can we draw on the board? Can we draw on the whiteboard, Teacher Mark? And I say, yeah, sure, you can draw on the whiteboard. It's okay, no problem. But one of the kids uses the wrong kind of marker, and they used a permanent marker on the whiteboard. Right? So now my boss is mad. My boss comes in and sees that someone drew on the whiteboard with a permanent marker. And so she will look around and she will say, who condoned this behavior? Who condoned them drawing on the board? And then I have to say, well, I condoned it. Okay, I condoned them drawing on the board. I told them it was okay. All right? Now, in that case, is their behavior morally offensive or wrong? No, it's just drawing on the chalkboard or drawing on the whiteboard, right? So, condone sometimes is not talking about morally offensive behavior. It's just someone did something they didn't like, right? That's all, okay? So, to condone, it means to accept or allow, or to permit, okay? I permitted them to do it, okay? I permitted them. That's a better, not excuse, no, to permit, okay? Who permitted you to do this? Who condoned your behavior, okay? Who told you it was okay? That's what it means. Who told you this was okay? Who condoned it, all right? Any rude behavior should not be condoned. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. A company doesn't condone discrimination. Yeah, right. Okay, kind of. They discriminate every day, but okay. I condone him to go out and bring a pizza for me. Vinny, you could say no. Vinny, it only works if the behavior was considered to be wrong somehow, or someone is asking who made it okay, who allowed you to do this, or who condoned it, okay? Who allowed you to do it. So you can't say, I am condoned. No. Someone else must condone you. You can't condone yourself. No, you can't condone yourself. You can't condone my friend's dishonest behavior. Yes, it means I can't approve of it. I can't permit it. I can't allow it. I can't accept it. That's correct. I condone my sister to use her phone during eating. Yeah, you could do that, yeah. So I permitted my sister to use her phone while we were eating dinner. Yeah. So Maybe your mom comes in and says, hey, who condoned her to use her phone? Who allowed her? Who permitted her? Who accepted that she could do that? And I condoned it. Okay? Many celebrities condone depraved behaviors when it comes to earning money. Okay. I condone my nieces to eat chocolate, but now my sister is angry. You could say, yeah, you could use it that way, but I think permitted would be a better word because, again, so about when you talk about eating chocolate, that's a common thing. So for a common casual act, you should use a common casual word like permit. Okay? So condone is a formal word, so you should use it only in formal situations, elevated situations. Okay? Who gave you permission to do this? That's right. Who condoned it? That's right. I don't condone anyone to disrespect my grandmother. Right. Cindy, you should say, I don't condone any situation regarding racism. To condone means to accept, permit, or allow. He condoned me to take his car. Mark, yes, that works. But again, to take his car, that's a common thing. That's a common act. So a common act should use a common word like permit. He permitted me to take his car. He allowed me to take his car. That would be better when you're talking about something like that. But if the car was a government car for work, maybe, right? He condoned me to use his work car. Now, in this case, we're talking about it's a work car, so there's a formality to it. So, yes, you could use the word condone there. Mohammed Othman. To condone means to allow. You don't allow to deal with toxic people. So you should say, I don't allow toxic behavior. So you could say, I don't condone toxic people. I don't condone toxic behavior of people. Okay? His parents condone his smoking. Irina, if his parents accept his smoking, if they're aware of it and they don't mind, then yes, that would be okay. They condoned it. Maybe someone will say, hey, who allowed him to smoke? And the parents will say, well, we condoned it. We don't care. Okay? Kind of not a good thing, but okay. I condone her to use my name in an illegal situation. Okay, yeah, I allowed her to. Yeah, I permitted her to. My mom scolded me because I condoned my sister to bathe in the rain. Let's see. Again, Charles, the way you used it works, but I just think because what you're describing sounds like a common casual situation, I would use a common casual word. Like my mom scolded me because I allowed my sister to bathe in the rain. Okay, I permitted my sister to bathe in the rain. Condoned is too formal for that situation. Okay? The office doesn't condone working late. Yeah. Okay? Who condoned the student to do this? Right. If you behave like this, I can't condone it anymore. Good. The teacher refused to condone cheating on the exam. Of course. Right. I don't condone any of my colleagues to use my phone charger. Yes, but Ali, I still think that sounds like a common casual situation. So if it's a common casual situation, you should use a common casual word like permit or allow. I don't allow any of my colleagues to use my phone charger. I don't permit them to use my phone charger. Okay? If you said something like, I don't permit any of my colleagues to use my my work computer, Now, a work computer, that's more serious. So maybe you could say, I don't condone any of my colleagues to use my work computer. That sounds more appropriate. Okay? The teacher does not condone bullying in any form. Very good. I don't condone you to ignore my sentence. No, Erica, because that's too common. That situation, that action, it's too common. It should be a formal action, a formal thing. A lot of parents condone their children's behavior. Right, but if you say it that way, Ina, then you should maybe say bad behavior, right? Because it kind of implies that some parents condone their children's bad behavior, right? Do I have other vocabularies? Yeah, I have lots of vocabulary. But today we're doing advanced vocabulary, okay? And we're just about done here. So before I go, I want to tell everybody first to make sure you go to my website. Okay, if you go to my website, here is my website. Go to my website and you will find this. Here is my website. And on my website, you can find my live stream and voice room schedule right here. Schedule. Click on that, and now you'll see all of my live streams and voice rooms for Hello Talk. And you'll know what time they are and how to sign up for them. You can also go here to resources. Resources, and you can click on any of these resources. Reading resources. Look, here are resources for reading. If you want to practice reading, everything you need is right here. Okay? If you want to practice listening or speaking, everything you need is right here. Okay? So go to my website, afiecenglish.com. Yes, it's free. Yes, it's free. Yes, it's free. You just have to subscribe. You have to give me your email. But there's no money. Okay? Just subscribe. Okay? Then I can contact you and send you more information and tips and all kinds of things like that. Okay? So go to my website and sign up. All right? I also have a YouTube channel. Here is my YouTube channel. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's try that again. My YouTube channel is right here. Okay? Go to my YouTube channel. And you can watch this one again. So if you want to review these words, then go to my YouTube channel. I have other advanced vocabulary live streams that you can watch. Okay? So go check it out when you get a chance. I will be back later tonight for a voice room. I have 5 live streams and 5 voice streams every week. Okay? Look, everybody. Look at this. Let me share one more time. Whoops, too big. How about that? Okay. So look, I am a teacher. I'm a real teacher. I've been here I've been on Hello Talk for 12 years. I have 15 years, more than 15 years of English teaching experience, okay? I've been on Hello Talk for almost 12 years. I have done 1,064 live streams. 1,064 of these live streams. I have done 113 voice rooms. I have done 2,069 hours of teaching, and I have about 78,000 followers in more than 140 countries, and almost 1 million people have watched me in total, okay? I have 5 live streams, 5 voice streams every week. I talk about reading, writing, listening, grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, etymology, idioms, conversation skills, confidence, all kinds of things, all right? So follow me. Follow me. Okay? And I will be back later tonight for a voice room. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. If you're over in my YouTube, guys, thank you. Hello, I'm Rita. I'm sorry, I'm Rita. I'm Rita Suman. Hello, and Diego. Thank you guys for watching over on my YouTube channel. So that's it for me today. I'll be back later tonight for my voice room. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Bye, everyone.